You want to hear how to do something? Let the story start with here's what not to do. And if you want to find out real quick if you're ready or someone else is ready to learn, if their attention span will not permit them to listen to someone tell you or others, this is what you want to avoid. You, that person listening that feels that way, you are the waste of time. You are. Because the point I've gotten to from the beginning of this discussion, it's going to be far more harder than you think it's ever going to be. And I've told everyone that's ever listened to me in the last 3 years, this is extremely hard. 30 years I've been doing this. These candlesticks are not new to me. But the way the markets are behaving is. And anybody that's been trading for a longer period than 2 years, 3 years, some of you just now started. You have no idea what you're walking into and how much harder it is. Anyone that has been trading for a long period of time, and I'm saying 5 years or more, I think that's a fair amount of time. You're not new. And you have seen market environments that are not like this. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm referring to. And it's not some kind of cryptic message. This market is behaving differently. It is going to be hard for you to learn in this environment, but learning in this environment will make you so much better. So much better than it was for me. And we had, well, by definition, in terms of what we've seen in recent years in terms of volatility, it was like a snail's crawl. Where if you got 3 handles on the day, then you did well. That was a good move in the morning. 3 handles. 3 handles. People's stop losses are bigger than that now. But that's the way it was back then. But the volatility we have today needs to be respected because it can do wild stuff in a short span of time. And you'll be in that situation praying to a God you never believed in. But now you're reaching for him now. And your heavens will be like brass. And sometimes it'll be for people that are believers in the same faith that I have. And you just want to get out of that situation. Oh God, please, please, please let this trade pan out for me. Please, please just let me not get stopped out on this one. I won't trade the rest of the week if I can just get this one. Lying. And that prayer gets unanswered because your heavens are like brass. What happens then? You look down and a new idea comes to mind. You're going to plant a seed again in that risk. But now the ground's like iron. You can't turn the soil over. You can't cultivate it. You can't put a new trade on because why? Fear, paralysis. What do you do in that situation? See, as a new trader, a new developing student, you don't know what to do. So what are you going to be left to do? Impulsive decisions. Well, let me just go in here and figure it out. I'll find my way through it. Yeah, right on through another blown account. Well done. How many times do you have to do that before you would learn a lesson? I watch people tweeting to others and me talking about doing that same thing in environments that I've openly said we're in low probability. They're trying to pyramid. They're trying to trade with larger leverage. They're trying to trade every session, every day, trying to trade every macro. ICT said between this time and this time, there's going to be a move. I'm getting in there, I'm doing it. Okay. You have to have some kind of premise to be acting on. You don't know what to expect. You're new. You have no idea what you're doing. Trying to engage in an environment that I'm not willing to touch myself. So what is that teaching you about yourself? You're reckless. You're reckless and you're impulsive. Are you willing to observe that and identify it? If that's who you are that's listening to me, are you willing to let yourself identify that weakness in you. Trust me, it's okay to identify weaknesses. You want to do that in the comfort of a demo. That's why I teach like this, folks. You have no idea who you are. You're going to get in these markets and think you're, well, I was going to say John Wayne, but that really dates me now, doesn't it? But you think you're John Wick. There you go. You think you're John Wick. You're going to go out there and get your ass wicked. And you get frustrated. Oh, I'll just reset my account. It's only $100 or so. And I was going to do the same thing I just did because all I did was enter too early or too late, or I put my stop loss in the wrong position. Wrong. You're trading in an environment that's not conducive for high probability, but you can't see that. You can't recognize that because you're not listening when the guy that's talking to you is telling you these things in advance. He's taking a road trip 1,100 miles away, not touching the market, but you're in there blowing your funded account. Where's the logic in that? But ICT, you're not the only one that can find profitable trades. You're right. But why are you trying to push with my concepts in an environment I'm not trying to touch? And I've already said it. If you win, it's coincidence. And I know it's painful for some of you to hear that. Like, there's no way it's not coincidence, it's skill. I'm a monster. I'm being made into a monster. So like you said I was gonna be a monster. Yeah, okay. But you don't want to wreak havoc on your own account. Like Godzilla stomping around in Tokyo, destroying everything. That's your equity curve. You just totally dismantled it. In a short span of time, in the last 2 weeks, how much damage have you done? Not me, not your broker, not the method or the concepts. How much damage did you do? Uh-oh. That's a roll call for responsibility. Nobody wants to take initiative and stand up and say, yeah, I did it. But the ones that are ready to do that, they're ready to learn. I ignored it too. I tried to find some kind of external reasons why I was failing as a young man. And I promise you, knowing what I know now, looking back, it was always me. There was no other contributing factor. It was me. And when you come to grips with that and you accept it, it's liberating. Because then and only then can you start fixing the issues. But you have to be able to identify them and stop ignoring them or pretending they're not there. That's the reason why you're not finding success. You're arm wrestling things that need to be dealt with in you, the person. Every single one of my failed students are failures because they themselves won't listen. Because if what I teach is flawed logic, it wouldn't be the fastest thing spreading all over the industry in terms of trading. People would not be passing all these funded accounts, getting on leaderboards, taking wild withdrawals from their efforts doing it. They would all be failing, wouldn't they? What are they doing differently? They're taking it serious. They're treating it like a business. They're not in there gambling. They're not in there thinking, well, all I got to do is reset the account. All I got to do is pay the $100 reset. If I get an affiliate program, I can do it and I don't have to pay for the resets. Think, where are you in all of that? You have to find yourself, and I can't do it for you. No mentor can, no teacher can do that. You have to allow yourself the time to find out who you are, how you're going to derail yourself. And you will. And you'll know right when it's about to happen. And that's why you're supposed to journal. And for the folks that don't want to journal, oh, I ain't got time for journaling, man. I got money to make, man. I got time to be journaling. I ain't writing books. I guarantee you these people don't make money. Not consistently. I promise you they don't make money. Every high tech position in the world, all of them keep data on their performance, KPIs, every industry, every food producer, every commodity manufacturer, producer, any kind of company, they all have performance stats. That means they're doing what? They're journaling. Now, for the folks that don't want to journal in their trades and their development, doesn't that make you feel stupid? Like you're going to walk through this, no real effort is just going to fall in your lap. It's going to be easy. Why do that? I ain't got to spend time writing in journals. I can't make money on those old moves anyway. Why would I even want to do that? You're going to continuously work the rest of your life. And you're going to be even more miserable because you won't find success in this. And you won't be successful in your job. And you'll be miserable. The rest of your life, you've been relegated to the shared desk with Carl. Imagine that. The last thing you see before retirement is him smiling, saying, I told you, never get out of here. There's going to be times when your heavens are like brass and the ground you stand on is going to be like iron. What do? You take a road trip, baby. You take a road trip, you go on a fishing trip, you go into your hobbies that are outside the marketplace. Pour your time and attention into your family or your friends apart from the market. It's good. It's good to do it. It allows you to recalibrate and reset your mindset. And you give yourself permission to forgive yourself for not doing it sooner. I'm not obligated to do any of this for you, just like you're not obligated to trade every day. Have you ever given yourself permission? Because I'm giving it to you right now. You have my permission as your mentor to not trade every day. In fact, that should be a goal for you.